Morning, fellow zombies. It's 3:15 in the morning, West Coast time. It's still the 20th of November, 2023. I'm still trying to get myself together here. Talk about being stressed out over stuff. I couldn't sleep all night. I couldn't. I tossed and turned. Got up. Went over to the computers just to punch in a few other things in here. And just tried to keep myself going, but I'm having issues. I'm having issues. I'm not quite sure how this whole thing is going to be with my math project, or let alone the damn English project. I never swore. I hadn't put myself into a major stress case concerning about English because I thought I could handle this damn thing. I thought it was going to be easy enough. Turns out I was wrong on that one too. Side reconstruction of words here and there is dealing with a group project when somebody else hijacks the damn stuff, and now I can't make the changes I need on that thing. They wanted to do it as is, and I got a copy of it with added more material to it I wanted to show. So I may have to do that in paper and get some printouts over to school. Get in there late. I'll have to warn people left and right about it. But I wanted to make sure I got this thing going. Am I nervous about this? Yeah. And you know what screws me over at this point over here is right after school. I know I'm going to have to walk it home. I'm going to have to walk it home. I know I'm going to need to exercise before that one, but about a month and a half of no dial-a-ride because I screwed up on one particular phone call. But this is Kern County's transportation's rules. I messed up. I pay the price. Sometimes the simplest things are a pain in the ass to deal with, and this is one of them that usually bites me in the ass more and more. A larger computer can't do the processing of, doesn't have the word processor working anymore. I had to reinstall the old software into it. It glitched out when I needed it the most. So, here's a little bit of a notepad in there I use. But concerning about essays and stuff, no. The licensing that I've got currently with Microsoft right now, it's not even covering this old thing. On this lap, yeah. On this one, yeah. And at school, pain in the ass. At school, I'm not supposed to pay anything, but it recognized my account, and because I'm paying account on the damn thing, doesn't matter. I'm still screwed on that one anyway. So, what else is new? I haven't kept up with any of the local or national or international. The thing that was driving me crazy on my English project, they were trying to do something on capital punishment. My section of it was dealing with the incarcerations and the necessity for capital punishment. I picked out three juicy ones. One already been executed through Quentin. Another one died in Corcoran, and the other one I don't know about. Two just passed away within the last 10, 15 years. And the other one was executed. Robert Alton Harris, San Diego, did murder out there. He and his brother. And got executed for it. We had Charlie Manson prior before him. Tate LaBianca murders. Yeah, remember the book Helter Skelter? Or even the Beatles song Helter Skelter? I only heard it once, and that was too damn weird. The gentleman who prosecuted that case for Manson wrote the whole book for it. That was one book I still like to get back again. My brother read it. He read about the Tar House. I mean, he'd seen it, but he didn't understand it when he was young. So he looked at it when he was older. Still freaked him out. What freaked both of us out, not to mention the San Fernando Valley back in the 80s, we had this lunatic called Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Crazy fucker. Yeah, I said a crazy fucker on Alan. Random, random murders. Broke into people's houses and killed them just for the fun of it. He died of cancer. He was going for the life. Now, if they had not taken out the death penalty or modified the damn thing, Manson would have been dead so long it was his followers, and then Ramirez would have been dead. But people had a soft spot, so life in prison. And people kept complaining about the how much it costs to take care of a prisoner, or how much does it cost to kill a prisoner? I don't understand. Okay, here's your thing about it. What I understand about it. You think just pulling a plug and that's about it. We got an appeal process going on. And believe me, it's necessary because there had been a few that got caught in all throughout the death penalty up until the stage, and then they were finally released because there was actually appeals happening, even straight to the United States Supreme Court. We'll go through the process. Emergency appeals. A few people had survived, others didn't. But there is an appeal process for the guilty. It takes a long while. Meanwhile, they're still stuck on death row in Quentin. If they're doing lifer, they'd be doing Corcoran. These are the prisons up in Northern California. Manson died up there in Corcoran. Ramirez died, I don't know, I think in Quentin. Harris was executed already a while ago. I think it was out in San Diego area. But still, three major guys I knew about, except for Timothy McVeigh. McVeigh, regarding the Oklahoma City bombings in the 80s, it was a frickin' nut job coming out of the military. He got radicalized one way or another and got crazy with the government's conspiracies left and right. Something about the IRS pissed him off. You had to load up a van full of ammonium nitrate fertilizer, parked it right in front of the Oklahoma Federal Building. And in that place, they had a daycare. A lot of innocents paid. Timothy McVeigh had already left the van, but he was caught. He had another accomplice. I don't know who the hell the asshole was. McVeigh was tried, convicted, and executed in the federal system. No appeals on this asshole. But due process would have given him that one anyway. If we had the death penalty without the due process, there could have been a lot of more innocent people dying through the process in the first place. Despite the fact we may say that some of them actually did deserve it in the first, deserve it, period. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get your head wrapped around this. It is. Especially for me, since I'm already having issues with the damn thing in the first place. I wanted to make sure that I was trying to understand the capital punishment. I didn't research the information. I only know about three major cases that should have been fragged already. And that other groups out there kept trying to save as many prisoners as they possibly can because they still think capital punishment is barbaric. Barbaric. Yeah, I do a little bit of a weird chuckle on that one here because attitudes change every generation or every 100 years or so, whichever comes first. What was it that we actually had something like public hangings, public guillotines, and stuff like that happening? French Revolution, the ad hoc government that they had out there was killing people left and right who was sworn a loyalty to the royalty instead of to their newfound government. There goes the head. Out in the United States, when they did the Western expansion, I know it was glamorized so many times, but it probably did happen anyway in reality. Find a tree, find a strong limb, get a rope. How many westerns did we actually see something like that on? How many western movies did we grow up on watching that? Back then, there was only accountings. They didn't have film to show this, but there would have been reports that people would gather around and make a picnic out of the damn thing and watch people kill themselves, or actually get killed by the nukes. We glamorize it in movies. Pirate movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, we glamorize it. Not the sword thrust into the body all the time. No, 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 no. We must have a hanging. First, we must have a flogging of the cat o' nine tails, and then we must hang them if they still don't learn. Of course, in the beginning of this one movie, in the series of Pirates of the Caribbean, number three, at World's End, little short Napoleon Bonaparte figure. He was hanging people left and right. Suspension of habeas corpus. Oh yeah, you're gonna get suspended or right by the new, you know, join the people in the rest of the block over there about to go into the afterlife. See, we don't need to do a little bit of separation of the head from the body. No, we'll just get a rope around your neck and well, the theatrical version was there. And you know what the damn thing is? In our society, we probably go back to that again. Or even firing squads. These days, we're trying to find a more humane to kill a person. We can either gas them to death, and they probably won't do it as much, shock them to crap, and maybe keep shocking them until they're dead, injecting poisons in there, and still wait. We can try to find creative ways to make it more humane. Put them, give them an anesthetic or general anesthetic before we put them to sleep, instead of just covering their faces, or let their faces be uncovered and then shoot them. We got that in film. We make theatrical comedy about it. Death is something you don't take lightly. Even if the bastard even seems like he deserved it, and believe me, there's a lot of anger and hatred in that thing. When you're a family member and you've already lost someone by someone else's hands, you want retribution, you want revenge, you want to see them dead, and then after that, then what? You're still dealing with the after effects. You're still dealing with the grieving and the anger, and you're going to be going after and lashing out at people left and right, saying, "Oh, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that?" And you're feeling that you want retribution for the entire universe. And the universe is telling you, so what are you going to do? Turn into the same asshole as you went after and then go crazy? Is that how it works? Say, for example, Richard Ramirez didn't get killed by cancer. Let's just say, and since the bastard's already dead anyway, he came into your home and then he left, missing a few people alive. How would you feel? Anger, retribution, revenge, fear, mourning, a little bit later. But you're going to be filled with so much anger you're not even seeing or thinking things straight. So you want to go after the guy and find him and kill him, and then what? Then what? You go after the cops? You do lawsuits or something like that? They've got and lose the lawsuits with the cops because they did everything else they could. But then what? Now I heard stories about this. This is why I'm bringing this up. People tried to do lawsuits and it didn't work. They could sue the LAPD for one serial killer. Shit. But they were so damn terrified, so damn much in pain. And I may have heard the stories wrong on this one. I want to get it corrected on that. If anybody actually remembers what the hell happened back in the 1980s in the San Fernando Valley with the Ramirez crap going on, I'd love to hear from you guys. Manson, on the other hand, with his cult following, it's a different story altogether. And I don't know why he went after the LaBiancas and Tate on this one and did the gruesome deeds. To this day, there may have been one or two survivors of the Manson clan, the ladies who did the job, and they're probably dying off right now. Lived a lot of their lives in prisons because of a stupid mistake. The mistake was trying to kill people. And found out that it wasn't as hip as they thought it was. But they were so in love and so enamored with Manson. And Manson couldn't care less about him. He just wanted the power and control. He just wanted to be an asshole. Well, now he's an asshole in hell. Hope he's enjoying himself. I didn't know much about Robert Alton Harris, except I know that they actually had the criminal investigators involved in that one. I think my uncle, Robert Cameron, was involved in the thing. No, I'm sorry, Morris Cameron, special investigator for the state of California. He was involved in that case. And he was there for the execution. But I never did talk to him about it in the first place. It just didn't dawn on me during those days. It's like now I wish I had the case notes. That would have been something. Just so I could figure out his logic and his thinking during those days. Yeah, but a capital punishment. How are we supposed to be dealing with this at all? I see the international repercussions for it. Not from the killers we have here, but from what happened in Israel. Who's doing the capital punishment now? An eye for an eye. And they're all blind. And the innocent get to get kicked. The innocent get to be killed in the process. And sometimes I get the looks from the instructor saying, "But you're not looking at it in this particular point of view." And go, "No, I'm not." Because after seeing the shit I've been seeing these days, I can't see it in a singular. I'm seeing it in the global. And trust me, you don't want to see that picture. It's uglier than shit. I don't see the daisies. I see the ashes and the body bags, and I see the hatred and the scars on people left and right. It's not the physical scars. You can see it in their eyes that they got it. and they hate themselves, and they hate others. Even after they get the so-called retribution, is it going to be enough for them? But the Israelis want more, and the Palestinians will be coming up for more too. Anybody else related, anybody that's associated with the Palestinians are going to be wanting it too. Never ends. Never ends. So how the hell am I supposed to be able to deal with this shit? I don't know. I'm still waking up from this nightmare.